Hello, hello, how are you? I am back again, and today I want to show you my Louis Vuitton Noe bag. It's a vintage bag and I got it restored years ago, and I want to tell you why I regret that decision. Yeah, basically when I got it restored, it was absolutely trashed. The strap had basically completely broken, so it was like literally not even on anymore. The strap was like hanging off by one side. There was a major ink stain on the base. The piping around the top had come away so badly that it literally come off in places. Like it was pretty much the raw canvas rather than leather. So they were the three main things that were wrong with it. And it was basically unusable. And when I first got it redone, I was really pleased with it, and I was like, oh my God, they've done such an incredible job. But 8 years on, I'm kind of a bit like, do you know what? I have regrets, you know, I have regrets. So first of all, I would say the stain that was on the base, it was big. Like it was a big old nasty stain on the base. However, it doesn't matter that there was a big stain. There was nothing wrong with the base apart from that. And like, whoever sees the base anyway? The bag is gonna be around my shoulder, and unless you're like a cat, you're just not gonna see the stain. So why did I bother getting that stain done? Genuinely, I don't know, and actually I don't like this leather as much as I like the original leather. And then, what else don't I like about it? Yeah, the strap. I don't know what they did to the strap, but I feel like they repainted all of the leather, and there's something about the repainting that they did which I don't love. It feels like the leather has been coated and painted, and I don't like it. It's more of a uniform colour. But I don't care, do you know what I mean? It was a vintage bag, it wasn't meant to look, I don't know, it wasn't meant to look pristine, do you know what I mean? And it's like, the way they've painted all the leather, I kind of feel like it lost patina. Even though it looks neater, it lost patina. And I also feel like now, when you look at where the signs of wear is, you can almost see that it is paint, and the paint is kind of like peeling off. And I hate that. So yeah, I don't like that. I really wish I'd kept with the original leather, and I wish I hadn't let them like coat the leather in that kind of leather paint, because I don't like it. I don't think it's lasted well. And actually I really like the patina of the really dark Louis Vuitton leather trim. I think that looks beautiful, and this kind of colour I don't think is as good. I know I'm being really picky, and I know that I'm talking about things from such minute detail, but like, to be honest, you might be a stranger on the street and think it looks amazing and be like, oh my God, her Louis Vuitton bag is so nice, but I'm the one who owns it, and I'm the one who's looking at it closely, and it doesn't make me happy, I'm just saying. Anyway, the next thing is the trim around the top. So this was like battered. It had seen better days, and it was like quite dark, and it was kind of cracked, and in some places there was literally no leather trim at the top. Now, I let them put on a new piece of leather, but actually, again, they painted that leather, and now a few years on, you can see that the leather paint is starting to come off. It's starting to wear away, and it looks really cheap. And not only that, I don't want to slag off this bag too much. I also feel like the stitching they did isn't that good. Like, it's not that neat, it's not that straight, it's not perfect. And now that I know so much about handbag authentication, I know that stitching is such a telltale sign of when a bag is real or fake. And I feel like because the stitching is quite poor quality, like, yes, it's got new leather trim, but the stitching's so poor quality that kind of makes it look a bit fake. And I look at it and it doesn't make me happy. Like, I don't look at it and be like, wow, that's beautiful. I don't know, I kind of wish I'd almost left the old leather that was cracking and coming off further to that point. Trash bags are currently very fashionable, and part of me just thinks, do you know what, I should have just like got a safety pin and got a scarf and just kind of like attached the bag almost with some twillies and just kind of made it work and made it a bit like Olsen twin-esque. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that would have been really cool. What else? I also think it is really important to remember that when you do get a third-party company to restore your bag, it does kind of void any warranty. And because brands like Louis Vuitton and Chanel and Hermes are really good at doing repairs, actually I should have sent this bag to Louis Vuitton and said to them, I know it's vintage, but can you help me? Can you restore this bag? because actually now that I've got another company to restore it, Louis Vuitton won't ever help me. And I don't think the cost would have been much different. In fact, it might have been cheaper with Louis Vuitton, because I know that with Chanel, when I had to repair one of my bags was free because it was quite a new bag. The other bag was £50, which was really cheap, because actually another company would have charged about double and actually not had the original findings either. So I kind of wish, long story short, I kind of wish I had given it back to Louis Vuitton to like work some magic on. And then finally, because it has been so tampered with, and because the stitching's not good, and because the paint is starting to peel away from the leather, I actually feel like the resale value on this bag is pretty low, because it just is like, it doesn't look right. Like, I would have to explain it is real, but it's had new trim, the stitching's not good. I know it's gonna make the stitching, I know it's gonna like make the bag look not real, but it is real, and I know it's been painted, but I promise it's real. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'd have to explain a lot about the bag to like convince people that it's real. It's a bit like, why is the paint coming off? Why is the leather trim not on as well as it should be? Why is the stitching dodgy? And it's like, I don't know, I just feel like it's a bit of an error. And I know that it's such a recent thing that like battered handbags, like battered designer handbags are very fashionable. But I also feel like badly restored bags have never been fashionable. So I don't know, I just kind of think, at the time it seemed like a good idea. When I first got it back, I was like, wow, it looks amazing. But now I'm a bit like, oh, the paint is coming off the leather trim has been stitched badly. I can't really sell it because it's had so much work to it. I don't love using it because I don't love the finish on the work. And I don't know, I just kind of wish I'd left it battered, to be honest. And I don't like the fact that they painted it, because it just kind of makes it look cheap. And I know that you can get it repainted, but I don't want to spend any more money on it. I kind of feel like I'd rather just buy a brand new one and have a brand new one. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of do a quick video about it, tell you how I feel, remind you that if ever you have a designer handbag that does need repairs, restoring, work done on it, take it back to the manufacturer first, because they can often do it for you, and they will often do it cheaper than another company will. And also, if you do take it to a third-party company, it will actually void any future work that you want the brand to do on your bag. And also remember that the brand have the original findings, and they have the perfect leather, and they have the machinery to do the perfect stitching. So it's all going to match and be as it should. Yeah, I don't want to sound picky, but I also feel like if we don't talk about these things, we're all just going to make the same error. And I'd rather just be honest and be like, do you know what? I got this done. At first I was happy, and now I'm actually like kind of regretful that I did it. But yeah, anyway, that's my video. This is my bag. I hope I've shown you the details well enough. I will try and clip in some images to help prove my point. But yeah, I hope it was of help. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got any questions, let me know, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.